Welcome back, everyone, to the West Marches, going into the second hour here. Steven, what's going on?
I am putting together a hex map for Azimrath so that you guys can actually see it when you get there. So 20 seconds, and then we'll have that in Roll20.
20 seconds, God.
20, 19, 18.
Jesus Christ.
Hang on,
The internet in Montreal is all frozen. It's fine.
Oh. Well, I'm going to go get a knife while you do that, then. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay,
Everyone else entertained. They're produced.
Yep,
I'll be right back.
And I'm going to name it to Azimrath so that it actually has its right name and everything. Fantastic. And now I'm going to drag the image into Roll20. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay.
Keep mirroring
so,
it. Great.
Believe it or not, Chad, like, I don't quite have maps for every single item in the game, so I just threw one together super quick for Azimrath. Now it's there, and I need to set it to a drawing. There, now I can set its scale properly, and it will be good. That, and it's perfect. Okay, so now by the time we get there, we will actually be able to see what's going on. Okay, so how are you guys going to travel on your first day? What's the travel plan?
We're going to... Where are we going? We're going to Westminster.
I heard you were trying to head to Minster to find the library.
Well, we stick to the roads as best we can, right? Because they're safest. We have people in the party who have been there before, so we're gonna let them lead the way.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I guess we're just gonna play it safe, right? There's no reason. We're not in any hurry.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So you're gonna just follow the roads, basically to Minster.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if there's a road there, then we just follow the road. Like, do we ever have to go off road?
No. So the road curves around, and it takes longer than like cutting south and then across the mountains would take. But your friend Gallahan can mention a couple of reasons why that's not necessarily the best course of action.
Well, and plus, like, having to leave the road means like physically going through more difficult terrain, right? So.
Yeah, generally, like it's easy enough to travel through plains, hills, and forests. Mountains is when it gets tough.
Okay, well, let's just stay on the road then.
All right, cool. So stealth, survival, or athletics? Who's leading the party?
Not me.
Gallahan, you've been there before. Why don't you lead us?
Gallahan says the direction is poor, but he has been there before. Although when I went, I did go through the mountains, which was almost a deathly mistake. So I guess we'll just follow the road. But I mean, I know when to turn off.
Shut up and lead.
All right, Gallahan, are you going to lead the group stealthily with an eye towards securing rations, or with an eye towards getting there as fast as possible?
Athletics.
All right, give me an athletics roll.
Is that just, what is that, just strength?
You have a skill called athletics.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got it.
13. Let's see what that does for you. That gives you 2 travel actions that you can use during the following 3 days to march on enduring difficult weather, to increase your pace and gain 1 day of movement, even though you're not spending more time, or to give your party advantage on athletics and acrobatics tests for 1 hour. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. So on your first day, you just move down here. I've got some charts in here. So hang on, can you see the tables on the decks and tables entry in Roll20? Strippin?
Yes, we can. We can see the rollable tables.
Yeah.
Wait, where? I don't see that at all.
It's on the bullet list.
Yep.
Yeah. So Strippin, I need you to go up to the upper right to that bullet list, and I need you to roll once on the wilds table, which should be at the very bottom, but it's just called wilds.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, nice. Yeah, you hit an obstacle. Yeah, like
It's the definition of nice.
There's a rock right in front of you. How'd you miss that?
like, let me think. What sort of thing is here, like, just immediately outside of town? Yeah. Okay. So there's
There's
been
5
some.
feet and he just walks right into a tree.
Right into a wall, like just.
Let's find out, like, at what point in your day's travel. Yeah, like, it's sort of like close to the very end of your day's travel. You get to a section where the entire road has just been flooded away, and there's just this gully where water must have come rushing through. You remember it's been a little bit rainy over the past week. It seems like the road got washed out. Some sort of like, weak earth underneath the road just completely washed away. So you're standing here, sort of maybe 5 p.m. on your first day out. It's a bit warm, but it's not crazy.
So the road is washed out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit weather. Why do we pay taxes? I swear to fucking God. Every month they come and they take money from me so they can repair roads and build school. Where is school? Where are roads? Goddamn Peter Scully government.
I don't pay taxes.
Yes, you're an infant. You don't have to pay taxes. Your parents should be paying this for you.
Maybe the dragon can turn you into one too.
Is there a way around this?
Yeah, like you could spend time and just like sort of follow the gully until it flattens out enough where you can just walk over it easily. But there's enough sort of handholds and stuff that you could climb down and then climb up.
How wide is the gap?
It's probably 20 feet wide.
All right, let me try and throw Poe.
Are there? We're out in the flatlands, right? There aren't any like
Yeah.
sort of trees or anything around.
No, there's like shrubs and stuff.
It's bullshit. All right, well, we should just go around because like if we have to climb down and cross, someone will get swept away by the water, we'll fall, or some other bullshit. Let's just go around.
Okay.
We're not gonna get any experience fighting this river, so let's just avoid it and move the fuck on.
All right, let's go.
All right, cool. Gallahan, are you gonna spend any of your travel actions today? Like,
yeah, we're gonna keep the pace because now we gotta make up for time.
yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you basically just spend your travel action moving faster to get on. So yep, you follow the next day, dawn's bright and early, and you move on without any trouble. Go ahead and click that wilds button again. Oh man, every time you click it, I go all the way up to the top. Yeah, you find nothing of note today. Today, your travel moves very smoothly. You've got one more travel action. Do you want to use it to gain another day of movement for today?
No.
Okay. So it's your third day. You move another. Roll wilds again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every time. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, today goes very smooth as well. So you've got one extra travel action. Gonna use it to move faster. It's a good decision for today.
Keep the pace. Keep the pace.
Yep, cool. All right, so now it's time for another roll. Are you going to roll athletics? Again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same thing? All right,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ooh,
Damn.
hella athletics roll.
Look at that, 22. Okay, so that gives you a special result. Let me see what that gives you. Yeah, so because you got a 21 plus, like, first of all, you have 5 travel actions for this 3-day period.
Okay.
And also, as a result of you're keeping moving so fast, you've brute forced it. At one point during this time, you can find a safe camp. And if you have a safe camp and an encounter hits you at night, then it just passes by you, basically.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so let's see what we've got here. Yeah, so first day, you're following this road into the forest. That's the plan?
Yep. Roll
Okay.
forest.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. No, not forest, but roll wilds. Forest is the encounter table. All right, I'm going to close that pop out because every single
Okay.
time. Okay, nothing. Great. Going to spend a point today?
Yeah. Keep the pace.
Cool. You move 1. All right, next day, roll wilds again. Excellent.
Nothing. Keep the
Nothing.
pace.
Cool. So that's 2 spent. Excellent. Next day, roll again. Nothing. And are you keeping the pace?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at that. Okay, so the next day, you actually end up entering into the Minster region. So that was a very uneventful travel
What?
between these regions. Well
What's
done,
up?
Gallahan.
Nice.
Sweet.
So you guys were basically just like marching for like 11 or 12 hours a day, but Gallahan was managing to keep you all motivated and moving forwards, and Grigori was keeping you all fed at the same time.
Great.
So, well done, gentlemen. Let's see here. I need to flip you over to the Minster ruins. You're not there. You're there. Okay. Oh, I haven't opened it yet. I will do that now. Gallahan, would you roll 1d100 for me, please? Higher is worse. 45. All right, yeah, like you have a very uneventful entrance into Minster. So what you see ahead of you, you see like the plains stretching out, and now we're at a much smaller scale. Each of these hexes is like basically 2 hours of walking instead of a day's worth of walking. Yeah, what you see ahead of you, like on the horizon to your like 45 degrees to your right, and then also straight ahead of you, you see the road moves through a series of like ruined buildings that are spiking up on the horizon. Off to the right, yeah, probably, let's see. Yeah, like you're just seeing sort of like the tops of spires of ruins peeking up over the horizon, so you can't see terribly far. Like you can see basically about as far as your sight on the map has.
Okay.
So, where do you want to go?
I throw a glance at Grigory. No, I throw a glance at Poe because he's been here before, and I'm like, do you know which way?
Well, no.
All right, then, and I just.
I don't know where the library is here. We
library. So the library that the imp was talking about, it's like a ruined library, right? Not like the dwarves own this library.
So what you know about the library is that there is an operating librarian here, but it's not in Minster Hold. It's not where the dwarves are.
Okay.
You don't know exactly where it is.
You know who might know?
Who's
Dwarves. Let's go ask dwarves.
All right, yeah, we head to the hold. So we'll just follow the road, I assume.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. It's quite late in the evening for today. Do you want to just like keep pressing on and travel overnight, or do you want to take a long rest?
No, we can rest.
We'll
right.
rest. We've been traveling pretty hard for the last few days.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of here. We can take it easy.
Cool. All right. So you guys set up camp. What's the order of watches?
I'll watch first.
So Poe, and then
then Lyra. Yeah, then Lyra. And
Lyra,
then the big boys will take the last watch.
Gallahan, and Grigori.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Grigori. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, y'all set up camp. Does anybody want to have a scene at night here?
Are there any mirrors around?
Are there any mirrors around?
Do I see any reflections?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I want to show Adam the egg, but I don't want it to be a scene because that was the scene last week. So I have to find a time to do that.
I mean,
You want to
even though it's a new scene. I mean, even though it's the same sort of thing. It's a new character, right? So it could go very differently. I'm fine calling it a scene.
I'll
Okay.
totally interact with the egg. Character would totally be into that.
All right. So yeah,
All right.
like at what time does Gallahan bring this out?
So just before we start to settle down for camp, like it's dusky, and I kind of like just bring the group around. I'm like, Doc, come here, Shorty, Lyra. I say, there's something I need to show you lot, and I've been looking after it for a while now. You in particular, Doc. And I just unwrap the swaddle, produce the egg, and I hand it to the doctor.
Did you just like have it in your backpack?
Yeah, I have it like swaddled in blankets, and I just keep it with me all the time.
Mm.
Okay, what does it look like?
Yeah, it's a large like it's about the size of a human head, and it's entirely like pearlescent black, smooth egg.
It's rock solid.
Can I
Does
make
it
quite
feel?
heavy.
Does it feel like warm, or is it just like stone cold? Like what is?
No,
how
it
heavy
feels
is it?
warm.
It's warm.
Like body temperature warm. It's probably like 12 pounds. So it's not light, but it's not as heavy as stone would be, for example.
Sure.
Can I make
yeah.
a Arcana check to see what type of dragon it is?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a black dragon egg. Like, you know, you're knowledgeable enough that it's fairly easy to pick that up.
Why is that funny? What the fuck?
Because it's like a black dragon egg, and
Yeah.
he did a roll thing, and then he's like, "It's a black
It's a
dragon
black
egg."
dragon egg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
He did,
oh.
he did that GM thing where he
didn't
just
know.
described something to you, and then you made a roll, and he didn't
guess-
get well enough to get any more
Yeah.
information, so he just said the same thing in a different
Yeah.
way.
I guess I'm just
Yeah.
used to Steven's bullshit, so I'm just like, oh,
It's black.
okay.
It's a
black.
dragon
It's-
egg.
Yeah.
It's the egg of a black dragon, as
No
well as
fucking
being
shit.
a black
Okay.
dragon
So
egg.
what is a black dragon? Is it just the color, or is it actually like a different type of dragon?
It's a different
don't-
type. It's
Okay.
a different type of dragon. So I
Yeah.
hand the egg to the doc, and I'm like, it's near hatching, but I don't know how close.
Why do you have that?
Because I found it.
Did
You found
really?
it and you just picked it up? Why
Yeah,
didn't you
of
leave it
course
where
I-
you found it?
Because I get a pet.
You know
dragon.
that this thing had
This-
no,
He's
no.
dragon-
Dragons
It's a
are not
dragon.
pets.
It's not a
It's a
I know,
chicken.
dragon.
we're all saying same thing. It's
Dragons are not pets.
He's lying on the ground.
You need to leave this here.
Listen. All right, I serve the dragon god Bahamut. This is a sign for me. All right, that wouldn't have been in my path if I wasn't supposed to take it. So here I am, and I have it. And maybe at this library I can find some parenting tips.
Oh, you religious
Well,
types always see signs in everything. You and your
Okay.
false dragon god.
Is pretty obvious sign, right? Is man dragon, is dragon egg, man dragon
Right.
finds egg, is clear. Obvious sign from God.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I saw
I-
my name in shit last week. I don't worship the shit god.
I mean, you see your name in shit might also mean you are shit. Think about it.
So-
Maybe go to church, pray. Think about this.
Yeah, the church isn't worth my time.
What are we supposed to
Shrug.
do when this
Fair.
dragon hatches?
Exactly.
And presumably its
You're
parent
endangering all of us.
hears it from somewhere.
I'm its
Where did you
parent,
find it?
Right, I'm the daddy. It didn't have any parents. It was in a basement, in a ritual, in a dead goblin's clutches. All right, I took it. I
Yeah.
rescued it, and I'm
That
gonna
was
raise
smart.
it.
You know, you brutes are always
gonna
the
raise
same.
it.
Just taking stuff wherever you think you want to take it from.
You know what? Shorty,
Worshipping
all
the
right?
dragon gods.
I'm pretty sure you're on first watch. So why don't you go start watching?
I'm already
okay?
watching. I've got eyes behind the back of my head.
No, you don't. You got four on the front and none on the back. Hop to it.
Fucking dragon
Doc,
egg ass.
what do you reckon?
Having motherfucker. Just like walk off.
I think they are right to be concerned. Dragon could be dangerous.
Could
But
be. Of course it's
danger-
dangerous.
Danger is all right. Sword is dangerous. I am dangerous. Point those things in right direction can be very effective. Dragon might be useful for us. And like you say, brings up question. Is evil with us when we are born? Or do we learn it over time? If dragon is innately bad, can you not teach it to be good? It's a question of philosophy, I think. I am very curious to see how it goes. I hope you are not eaten by baby dragon, Gallahan. Would be embarrassing for you.
Me too, Doc.
Embarrassing.
Have either of you ever actually raised a baby dragon?
I mean, you don't really see a dragon egg every day. I don't know how.
Is not common occurrence. No.
Yes.
So you don't
I
have
have
any
not-
experience with it?
I have not raised baby human either, but all I have to do is impregnate someone and then, oh, baby human. It is not so difficult.
That's making a baby. That's not raising a baby and teaching it to love you. This is a
It's
wild
same-
animal.
It's same thing.
You're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. You just doomed us all.
We were doomed a long time ago. Doomed when we were born. Everyone dies, Lyra. Everyone, even half-elves.
I don't want to die tomorrow when this dragon hatches. I'd like to live
Well,
a little bit longer.
Maybe you should be nicer to it then. And I grab it and I swaddle it up and I just go to sleep.
All right.
So
very nice.
when you Gallahan, when you turn, I say to Lyra, don't worry. I am very cautious about this sort of thing. Gallahan is a man driven by passion. Arguing with him will not help. If dragon is dangerous, we will kill it. Do not worry. I'm looking out for thing. It's just You won't be able to convince him that it's not a good idea.
I'm like, I look like I'm asleep, but I'm just like listening. I'm like awake.
Totally.
I just shake my head at Grigori and I say, well, it's your responsibility then to look after Gallahan, and whatever happens when this dragon hatches, I guess we'll just see. But this is your responsibility.
Don't worry, Lyra. You are all my responsibility.
Very nice. So Gallahan gets inspiration. Gallahan, who are you giving inspiration to?
I like to give inspiration to Lyra because that's the first time she's really like piped up, and like she's been quite quiet the whole journey.
Yeah, true. All right,
So-
very nice. So both of you can check the inspiration box on your character sheet. You can spend your inspiration to give yourself advantage on one d20 roll. All right, so
Sorry, where's inspiration on here?
let me take a look.
It's next to initiative and armor class in the center. It's one over
It's
to
a
the
little
right.
purple.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
purple.
It's a little
So just
purple
like-
minus.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep, there you go. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, the night passes uneventfully. You wake up feeling fully refreshed and rested. None of you have any exhaustion. None of you are starving. It's all good.
Gallahan evidently didn't have a heart attack in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Good to know,
Gallahan
Gallahan.
survived
I-
once more.
I fired myself awake.
That'd be great if you just like roll a d20 every night, and on a 1 you're just dead. Oh, heart attack. Well, there you go.
Weird. We all gotta eat better. Watch our cholesterol.
Yeah. All right. So the plan the next day is to move down towards. Are you just following the road? Do any of you know where exactly the dwarves are? Like y'all know that they're kind of centrally located, generally.
I actually went to the hold.
Yeah, he was
Like,
in the hold.
Yeah,
remember?
you were
Actually
there,
last week.
right? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
I figure we just
Uh-huh.
we walk south long enough, and eventually we'll smell dwarf.
Yeah. Okay. So you follow along. Let's see. Totally. Gallahan, roll 1d100. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, your day's travels pass uneventfully, and you move along the following route until you reach the Dwarven hold of Minster. You reach it in the evening. And Gallahan, there's someone new at the gate this time. You don't recognize the woman who's guarding the gate.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. She's standing there with like her pole arm and her dwarven helmet and her dwarven splint mail outside this massive gate of Minster. So there's this very large, just plain stone wall that rings the old hold of Minster. And as you all have been walking all day, you eventually entered into this ruin of an ancient city. So there's just buildings that have crumbled on each side, and there are random roads that move off in random directions and then are broken or have columns scattered across them. But once you finally make it to Minster Hold, like you can tell that not all of the hold is in repair, but that much of it has been maintained over the years, and that it's still a lived-in place. You can smell. I guess if Grigori has an exceptionally sensitive to dwarf nose, then yeah, you smell dwarf as you approach. But you also smell food and cook fires on the wind as you're marching down south along this road. The woman holds out her hand, says, "Stop! You'll not be gaining entry tonight. I'm sorry to say, we filled our quota."
I like
You're-
motion to the group to stand
I like
back.
the awkward. We all look at each other like, what? Your
I like-
quota of what?
We can only let in a certain number of outsiders each day. We don't want you taxing our local economy.
I wave my hands in the air, kind of like a Jedi mind trick, and I'm saying, "There are 4 spots open."
What are you talking about? 4 spots open. 4 spots open on your ass. Get out of here.
That usually works. Sorry.
I walk up to her and I lean on the wall next to her and I go, "Listen, who do you think cleared out that mine shaft last week? It weren't fairies, it was me. All right? So, you're going to let us in. And we're going to have a rest."
She looks up at you. She says, "Oh, my, you're a pretty one, aren't you? Well, I like the look of you, but I don't like the look of your friends."
I don't know. You don't seem to be telling a lie on me, but I'm sorry, my friend. We're closed up.
It'd be a shame if we left that black dragon here. Strippin. I mean, whatever your name is in game. Gallahan.
What are you talking about, you little numpty? Keep that to yourself. He's making that up. Don't worry about it.
A
He's making
numpty?
that up.
Ah,
Listen,
bless
I'll tell
your
you what,
heart.
bed for one. I'll see you 3 in the morning. How's that sound?
What is a numpty? Does anyone know what that is?
Gallahan, do not leave me out here with these two.
You're right, I'm sorry.
She puts her hands on her hips. She says, "Bed for one, eh? Nay, bed for two, I think."
Oh, you're gonna have.
I've motioned to the doc. I'm like, come on, doc, then.
She blanches, says, no, I think not. I'm sorry. You could pay the overage charge, and then I'd let you in. But it's 30 gold pieces on top of the 30 entrance fee.
I spit in the dirt, and I'm just like, just tell me where the library is, then, will you?
I say just kind of like apropos of nothing to no one, and I'm like, why? This is why people think dwarves are greedy. This is what I'm saying. Everyone says dwarves are greedy. Then we are looking for a bed. We try to sleep. They try to charge us to go in city. It's embarrassing. You're spreading bad stereotype about your people.
Yeah, she hears you. She says, "Spreading bad stereotypes. Now you listen to me. The last time this gentleman came in, he had some sort of lizard creature with him. That's spreading bad stereotypes. We are helpless dwarves trying to make a living out here in the cruel wilderness. If we don't exact toll, then we get crazy visitors, like lizard people who spit on things and melt them into slag."
I look at Doc and I just shrug and I go, Shalbaz.
I'm gonna like get in close to her, as close as she'll let me, with the like wall behind her, and kind of like lean in and be like, "You should not judge people by the way they look. Real crazy is on the inside." And I look at Gallahan, I'm like, "We can sleep outside tonight. We'll be back in the morning, dwarf."
She's a little bit cowed, like, you're a lot bigger than her. You're not a pretty guy, yeah.
Whatever, I got 12 charisma. I'm attractive as fuck. I'm more charismatic than you are.
Gallahan's as attractive as two fucks, so yeah. She.
I mean, that's what she was going for, but
Yeah, she sort of like balks for a minute, and then as you're walking away, she says, "Gallahan, was it your name, son? Listen, you were asking about the library."
Yeah. Looking for a library of some sort.
Well, you don't need to come into the hold if you want to get to the library. You follow the road to the south. It'll curve around a set of hills, take you back up to the northwest corner of the region. You can't miss it. There's a human settlement at the base of the tower. It's called Perator.
And I just like grin and I'm like, well, thank you very much. And then I wink and just like follow the group.
She sort of like adjusts her helmet down a little lower. She says, make no trouble. She goes back to standing on her guard post. Okay.
I look at Poe and I'm like, you can learn something from that, mate.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna charm her if you didn't work, so it's perfect for us.
Cool. So you guys are camping outside of the walls for the night?
yeah.
Sure.
Awesome.
Like within sight range of the walls, basically. Like, oh, no room inside. Fine, we'll just sleep over there.
Yeah.
Right here. Yep. Okay, cool. Same set of watches, Poe, Lyra, Gallahan, Grigori.
Sure.
Awesome. Let's see how the evening goes for you. Fine. Yep. Everything passes smoothly overnight. The dawn comes early with rosy fingers. Weather is complying with you. It's starting to cool down now in September, but I guess like Lyra, in your watch, you notice like did you guys like light a fire or something? Do you have torches?
Like a fire,
we-
like campfire, right?
Yeah, we'd have a campfire and the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Lyra, you're the only one who notices on the course of your watch. You see like the shadows from the fire that the fire is making on distant buildings are just sort of flickering in very strange ways. It almost looks like the shadows of
like you and your companions if you were all dancing rather than just standing watch. But nothing more eventful than that happens overnight.
Everyone else is sleeping while that was happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's everything that happens, or do I like investigate?
Do you investigate?
Oh, I thought you were saying like that happened and then we're progressing through the night. No, I'm gonna keep an eye on it and then just keep, watching, making sure that nothing comes toward us or toward our camp. But
Yeah.
with everyone else asleep, I don't want to investigate by myself and leave my watch.
Good call. All right. Yeah, everything goes smoothly. Nothing sort of approaches, and you don't see any other movement out in the ruins. You notice that, like, in the evening, as y'all are setting up camp, the dwarf she moves back inside. A huge iron portcullis comes lowering down and closes off the gateway, and like all of the lights get turned off along the walls. They all get extinguished. So yeah, dawn comes early.
I'm gonna use the forgery skill to make a fake dwarven passport so I can get into their stupid city.
Do you have an example that you can look at first?
No.
You'll have
I'm just
to
gonna
steal
take a
one.
rock and write Grigori is yes on it, and then
Yep,
just show it to
Grigori
you.
equals very yes. All right, awesome. So, yeah.
Let's go find this library.
Let's go.
So, the direction
do you mention the shadow thing to us, Lara?
Yes. While I was on watch last night, I noticed some strange shadows in the distance. It was in the ruins, correct?
Yeah.
Over in the ruins. And I decided not to investigate because I didn't want to leave my post, and I'm not sure what it was. But we should probably keep an eye out for that.
It's probably just, shadows. Everyone's got to get out and stretch the legs.
So this
It was moving in a way that seemed unnatural and made me feel uneasy.
Well,
this
you spook
area, these ruins, they're like it used to be like a dwarven civilization, and it's sort of fallen and they're rebuilding, or what's the deal?
Give me a history roll.
Okay, I can kind of do that. I don't really know much about stuff. Boom! Double
Look at that,
20s.
19. Awesome. Do you have a minus
two
one?
natural
That's
20s.
It's got a minus
Yeah.
one now.
Yeah, that's
I
fantastic.
know everything about this dumb dwarf civilization.
So yeah, Minster used to be an abbey town that was isolated from but adjunct to the court of a woman called the Queen in Gold, in an old kingdom called Ulskara. This region was also the site of Ulskara's worst prison, which is called Maenor's End. When the Queen in Gold sent a lover who spurned her to this prison, his song progressively stole the breath from every citizen in Minster, and the region crumbled into dust.
And then the dwarves moved in later?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they built a stronghold in the middle.
So, I think then I'll recount a version of that. I'll be like, this area was not originally populated by dwarves. And I like point at maybe some local architecture and be like, look, you can see doors too tall for dwarf.
Yep, exactly.
But was built on ancient Oskaran burial ground. Bad mojo here. Could be ghosts, could be shadows. Best we don't spend too much time here. Also, that prison totally sounds like a sweet raid, and when we're level 60 and properly geared up, we should come back.
Totally.
Okay. Do I know? So were these humans? Was the Oskaran civilization?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Queen in Gold was a human, and okay.
Yes.
Right, and then Sad Guy's song killed everybody, and then now their stupid dwarves are built. Are they excavating it, or are they squatting?
The dwarves, like, you've heard that there are excavations going on in Minster Hold, like maybe excavating into the ruins of the old city.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's hope that during our time here, no one goes insane and tries to murder their wife and son. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's leave this area for now. It'll be
Right.
worth coming back to later, but
We're going to follow the dwarf's directions and head south.
Yeah, she was pointing like to the southwest, so following that road.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Gallahan, roll 1d100. Man, you are rolling safely. One,
So
two,
good
three.
at rolling.
It's actually
Yeah, so-
it's actually kind of interesting because the dwarves are just doing what we do every day, but on a way larger scale and with some infrastructure behind it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. Just trying to get that money. Yeah, sort of as the evening is drawing down around you, you see like a tower in the upcoming set of ruins. And you can also see like smoke floating up sort of from the base of the tower, like the smoke of cook fires and civilization and stuff.
Okay.
Do you want to press on for like another but how long? It's like it's about 2 hours ahead of you.
Yeah.
We don't want to get there at night though.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna camp out here.
We only just left, didn't we?
No, it's been
It's been a day. You've traveled for a day.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I say we just keep going. If we get there at night, we get there at night.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll press on.
So close, but your night travels were uneventful, and so yeah. Let me see. Like, there's like you approach eventually what looks like a wooden sort of parapet that's built across the road. It looks to be enclosing a settlement at the base of the tower, so you can see like houses in the standard human style with like wooden houses with like mud sort of joining the logs that they're built from with thatch roofs. You can see like smoke fires drifting up and like chickens you can hear sort of clucking around in the yard on the inside of this palisade wall. There's someone up at the top of the palisade looking down. It's gotten quite dark, so they call out. They say, halt! Who goes there?
We all just say nothing awkwardly.
No, I kind of look towards Gala. I'm like, well, this is you.
You guys are leading this party, so you introduce
Hello?
yourselves.
Hello. My name is Gallahan. Looking for a library.
Oh, yeah. You've come to the right place. The Scrivener's Tower there. He sort of like gestures up towards the darkening sky behind him. There is a rather tall tower. Interestingly, you can see as he points, there are fires that are winking into existence all over this tower, sort of dotting the entire thing, the whole structure. He says, they're just lighting the fires now. Though they'll not be taking visitors late this evening. Are you looking for a place to stay?
Do you have one?
Well, yeah, of course. There's Ethid's Inn. You can find it in town. I'll have to come down and take a good look at you and take your names down, but once I've done that, I can let you in.
So, it won't be a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, he disappears from the top of the palisade, and you can hear his footsteps as he's going down some sort of inner stairwell. He opens a small door in the middle of this larger gate and slips out. He's wearing like splint mail helmet. He's got a shield strapped to his back and a sword at his side. He comes over to you, says, what brings you to Perator?
We're actually I look at the doc. You tell him, Doc.
I am a traveling doctor. These are research assistants. We are coming to visit library to find out about local flora and fauna for treatment. I am researching for project.
Oh, well, that sounds really noble of you, Doctor. What was your name? Can I just write that down?
Yes, Grigori.
Grigory. Good. Yeah. Thanks. I'm sure the town will be happy to have you. And your companions? He just sort of gestures around the group.
I'm gonna look at the paper and just be like, so what is What is purpose of writing down name?
Yeah, he's got like a couple names written down before you. Aldwith, Massim, just a couple of random names. He says, well, yeah, anybody who comes in and out of town, we like to track their names just so that we keep a close eye on what's going on.
I speak up and say, my name is Rhyhorn. It's nice to meet you.
Rhyhorn.
With an I.
Riehorn? Okay.
I just kind of like shake my head in disgust.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, we just like to make sure that things around the area stay calm.
You are having calmness problems?
Well, the entire region has calmness problems with the shadows and that revenant wandering around the wilderness. Yeah. But, we keep things safe. We keep the town nice and calm. We like to make sure that nobody bothers the Scriveners too much. So you'll have to get a pass for the library. You said
Where do we get papers for library?
Oh, I can write you up one. It'll have to wait until tomorrow. I've already given out my quota for today.
This area, so much of quotas and papers and bureaucracy.
They're very reclusive. Did you visit the dwarves?
We did. They were quite shitty to us.
Those dwarves are greedy assholes.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not a stereotype. It's just the way they act.
Yes, right. Everyone knows dwarves are greedy. It's given fact.
I'm so glad you understand. So many people here that he just sort of leans it. He says they're so obsessed with political correctness.
I know. I say, if looks like dwarf, quacks like dwarf is probably dwarf.
Or a dragon.
He looks at you a little bit confusedly, and then he just sort of nods. Yeah. And he points to you with the lance. He says, "You with the lance. Give me your name so I can let you in."
That's McGloop. That's my friend McGloop.
Can you tell me your name again, sir?
Me?
Not you, young child. He's pointing to you, Gallahan.
Right, Connor McGloop of the Clan McGloop.
My name's Gallahan.
Gallahan McGloop. That's what we call him.
McGloop. Hooey.
Yeah.
Just Gallahan is fine.
Poe, give me a deception check.
Great. I can rock this. 12.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, let me see what his insight check is. Yeah, okay, he buys it. He says, Gallahan McGloop. Okay. And young lady, your name?
Lanos. Lanos.
Lanos. All right, well, come on in now. Hope you guys find a nice room at Ethid's. It's a nice establishment. And tomorrow, come back to the front gate. See me. I'll write up that library slip for you.
I don't think we got your name.
Oh, my name is Rita.
Rita?
Lovely, Rita. We will see you tomorrow.
It's with a D.
Did your parents what a girl?
Everybody asks that.
Well, what's the answer?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's fine, Rita. My brother's name is Susan. Don't worry.
Well-
it's fairly common where I am from. Come along. And
At
I
least,
say to
at least your
everybody else,
name's not McGloop. Let's go in.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
He opens. He opens the door for y'all, and y'all move in. And as you're moving off, Grigori, he mutters under his breath, "A boy named Sue."
I lean back and I go, and he's dead. Scratch McGloop off that fucking parchment.
He just. Yeah. So like he sort of points the direction to Ethid's once you get in town. It's a small community. Let's see, like how many people does it probably have? It's probably got like 500, 600 people living in it. It's not a big place. There are street lamps that are lit. They look like they're burning some kind of oil. So it's well maintained and a peaceful looking town.
Well, we make our way to the inn and procure a room for the night.
Yep. If you're aiming for just one room, it's just 1 gold.
How many beds are in one room? Can we all fit in one room?
There's probably like 2 beds in the room, and then like the innkeeper probably offers to give you like some bedrolls or something that you can put on the floor if you want them.
I have a bedroll and whatever. I can sleep on the floor. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Yep. No problem. Yeah, you guys bed down for the night.
Oh, I do.
I will pay for a room.
Cool.
Cheers, Doc.
Yeah. The dawn comes early. You know, it's a nice morning. You notice that there's no breakfast included with your purchase of a room. And when you go downstairs, you notice that there's only a very few people eating, and they're eating some sort of like thin gruel with just a small slice of crusty bread.
1 star on Yelp. That's all they're gonna get. It's fine.
Yeah.
There could be some good grits, man. You don't know that.
Yeah, people come from all around for their artisanal grits.
Yeah.
Well, we have our own food and whatever. I don't need nutrient paste.
Yes, I will use one of my rations rather
Okay.
than eating whatever that is.
I just tuck in. I grab a bowl.
Yeah, no,
are
we
you-
got to at least try the goods. I'm sitting down with Gallahan.
I can
So
smell it from here.
you guys are ordering breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So each breakfast is 5 gold.
They come
Well,
and tell me
Gallahan
that.
already started eating.
They
Yeah,
come
I
and tell me that. I'm
already
just like, please, yes, Mr. McGloop is playing for everything.
Do they have beer? Because I would drink a beer.
Yeah, a beer is only one silver.
Well, fucking good. Then I'll do that.
Yeah.
I will drink my breakfast beer.
Yeah.
I'm like cursing the price while I'm eating it. 5 fucking gold.
Is it 5 gold worth of slime? How does it taste?
Nothing's 5 gold worth of slime.
Like it's like oatmeal, right? Like maybe it's been sweetened with a little bit of honey or something like that. The bread is like a hearty bread, but you don't get very much of it. For 5 gold, this is a ridiculous amount of food.
So maybe I'll point that. Maybe I'll ask like the server or the bar man when he comes by to drop it off. Be like, I don't want to be rude, but why is mush so expensive here?
Yeah, her name is Sable. She introduces herself as she's setting down, two bowls of goop with slices of bread in them. She says, "Oh, well, it's a common question for visitors from out of town. Perator, we have a problem with our food production. The lands around here are not very fertile, and the farms that exist outside of town often have problems with things in the dark. The shadows and specters you may have seen.
Government doesn't subsidize defense budget for dealing with monsters.
Well, we have the militia, of course. They tend to guard the wall and keep town safe, but we don't have the resources to extend their coverage out beyond the wall.
Seems like a bad place to make town.
Well, we don't choose where we're born. Though there is another group who are going around the wilderness trying to exterminate the threats. They're called the Stitchmakers. Many of them live here in town. The Order doesn't. They don't make their base in town. They're a little bit to the northeast.
Stitch makers, eh?
Yes.
Well, that's enough rip-off oatmeal for me. Would you say we go to that library?
Yes, that's why we're here. So let's go find. Rita. If Rita was up all night guarding the wall, they're not going to be there anymore, right?
Like maybe you're catching him at the end of the shift or something
Okay,
like that.
sure. Yeah, we can go early enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I figure like even if Rita weren't there, then you would just be able to be like, our names are in the book. Can you get us a card for the library or whatever? But yeah, he is there. He greets you. He's a little bit bleary-eyed. Good morning, Rhyhorn, Lanos, Grigory, McGloop. Yeah, you needed that library permit, right?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll write you out one. Come this way with me. And he leads you into like a room inside of this palisade wall. It's well lit, and there's a desk in the middle of it where there's like a series of pens with like different colored inks and a number of sheets of paper. And he spends about a half an hour actually like sort of crafting this incredibly intricate entrance pass.
So while he's doing that, at some point I probably lean over to Gallahan. I'm like, "And you thought oatmeal was expensive? Hold on to your butt."
Yeah, he looks up from it when he's finished. He like tips some sand over it, blots it dry, blows it off. He stands back up. He turns to Gallahan and says, "So there's the issue of payment."
And how much will that be?
He looks at you, kind of surprised. He says, "What? God, those dwarves really did a number on you, didn't they? There's no cost here. Please, just go. God, jeez." Guys, I'm not going to charge you for a pass to the library. Man.
You should. That's valuable information.
Oh, be quiet.
Shut
Getting
up,
into the
Poe.
library for free.
I'm just saying, people overlook libraries. They got
Just
a lot of
don't
information.
just
in
say
them.
then.
See, now this is what taxes are for. Free public access to knowledge. I approve. I will take your library pass.
And I like take it from him.
Yeah, oh, be careful. Yeah.
Yes, no, it's beautiful handiwork. Very nice.
Thanks.
Where did you learn to do this?
Oh, all of the militia need to learn how to read and write. It's
So everyone in this town is, how you say, a huge nerd. Sorry, his word means likes book learning, is scared of outdoors, pale skin.
well, that I haven't heard that word before, but it does sound pretty accurate. Yeah, we're all pretty afraid of the outdoors here.
Good. No, is your word now. You can have it. You are all nerds.
Nerd.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
Yes, it's good.
Thanks. I like knowing what I am. I guess good luck.
All right, suspicious man. Okay, we're gonna go, I guess, to the library.
Okay, yeah, cool. You approach to the center of town, and it's the tower is this massive black stone tower that just thrusts up out of the middle of this town, scraping the heavens. And there are two human guards at the base of it, and they stop you and they check your paperwork, and then one of them gruffly says, "All right, move quickly." And then he puts a hand on who's leading the group now. Is it Grigori?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he puts a hand on Grigori's shoulder. He says, "Remember, be quiet."
Yes, this library, of course.
Yeah, everyone's got to be quiet in the library.
That is rule of libraries, passed
Number
down
one
from
rule.
gods. Yes, everyone knows this.
We're not going to walk
You're-
in there and talk about our black magic dragon egg
I
that
just
we have.
place my hand over Poe's mouth.
See, yes, we have practice of being in library. Someone talks too much, we cover them. It's fine. Very respectful of silence in library.
Magloop, let me go. Hey,
Yeah,
Magloop.
He just gestures, and you guys all walk in. And as soon as you step in, like the sounds of the city behind you, the clucking of chickens and the squeaking of wagon carts and the crying of like early morning goods vendors, all just fades almost immediately as soon as you step in through the door. And you're in a small room that's entirely like curtained with black velvet on the walls. There's one desk in the middle with a lamp sitting on it. There's a chair on the other side of the desk that's empty. And there's a door at the far end of the hall. So the door behind you clicks shut. All of the sound just immediately fades away. And you're just stuck in the darkness with this one lantern lighting the environs. What do you do?
I want to know if the obviously like magical sound dampening effect in here is going to fuck with my prayers if I need to cast a spell.
Are you just like trying some like thaumaturgy?
I just my first thought is just like, can I speak at a normal volume if I wanted to? And maybe I don't want to try to like test it, but I'm just kind of like, what would I think immediately coming in? Do I feel like that or do I not know?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Like if you're not like actively trying to speak or
Can
actively
I make
trying to cast
a
spell.
a religion check or is it?
It's definitely Arcana.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm probably not gonna do very well. Oh, I did okay. 14.
Yeah, like you don't think that your spell casting is going to be hampered in here. It feels like there's just sort of I mean, like they've obviously put these curtains up to help absorb sound, and then maybe there's like some etchings into the wall that like are just magical sound sort of absorbers, but there's nothing that's stopping sound from being produced or stopping spells from being produced.
Okay.
As you like sort of stand there, Grigori, trying to like get a sense of what's happening in this place, the door at the other end of this hall opens, and a man steps in, and he's wearing like a dark brown robe with like a white collared shirt on underneath it. He looks very sort of like professorial, except that like his face is this sort of smooth thing that sort of carves into a beak that dips down almost all the way down to his like his sternum.
Tense.
Yeah, and he's got sort of a bird-like look to him, except he has no eyes, no nose. You can't really see a mouth. There's just this sort of proboscis-like beak. And he steps into the room, turns around, closes the door behind him. He's very meticulous. You notice that as he moves, he makes almost no sound at all. He's almost completely silent. He sits down in the chair, and then he just sort of like turns his featureless face towards each of you and settles on you, Grigori. He holds out his hand.
Okay, I guess I collect everybody's like library authorization.
Yeah, you only got one, but it's got all of your names.
Sure. Okay. All right. So I give that to him. Can I see casually while he's looking at it? Can I see like a seam? Like, does this look like a mask, or is it just like his skin goes right onto the pointy face?
Yeah, like you don't even need a perception test. This is his face. It's not. It's not a mask or anything like that.
Sure.
He holds it up and he just sort of like moves it back and forth in front of his face where you would expect his eyes to be. Turns it. And then he sort of like presses it very close, and you hear just a sharp inhalation. And then he hands it back to you. He nods, and then he stands and he turns and he starts walking back towards the other door at the other end.
Okay.
That was weird.
I'm just looking confused at the others.
Well, came here to find information on the dragon. So where do we start?
So how big is this place? Is it like going to take us hours and hours to dig through it? Is there any obvious like arrangement? Because if we need to get a librarian to help us, then we should stop him before he goes.
Like, you've only seen it from the outside, so if the outside of the tower is the full size of the library, it would take you hours and hours to search through. And you don't know if it's organized in any particular way.
Excuse me, thing?
Yeah,
Hello?
he sort of like scrunches up his shoulders and turns around. And you hear like a voice just sort of echo into your minds. It says, "Silence." That's
okay.
better.
I'm gonna take out. I have like some paper, and like write. Like I have tools for writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna write on because you said there was a desk, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write on a piece of paper the topics that we're looking for. So I'm gonna write down the name of that wizard. I'm gonna write a short description of the brass worm dragon.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I guess like information about the like mud pits. And I'm gonna hand it to the like, I want to call it a scrivener because that's what he described before.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen it scrivening. So yeah, I'm gonna hand this to him. I'm not gonna say anything, but just like.
Yeah, absolutely. Like as soon as you start writing, he's sort of like turning his head back and forth and sort of peering over your shoulder. He's standing there very, very curiously. He's like clasped his hands at his chest, like just under his beak. And when you turn, he sort of looks at you surprisedly. When you hand it to him, he takes it, holds it up. And he does sort of the same thing. Like he sort of like wiggles it back and forth in front of his face, and then he sniffs it.
And if it's a thing that's like relevant, my writing, like the way that Grigori writes, it's obviously I'm used to writing characters in a different language. Like when I write common, the letters are shaped a bit funny.
Yeah.
So if that's a thing the scrivener would notice or not, now you know.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. He sort of like he hands it back to you, and you hear in your head he says, "With me," and then he turns.
Does everybody hear that or just me?
I think just you.
Okay, I'll gesture to the rest without speaking. Just like point, like we're gonna follow this.
Yeah. So he opens the door at the far end, and you see like the inside of the entire tower. You have like a clear view. On the outside of the walls, like the wall behind you, and all around the outside of this tower, there's just stacks and stacks of bookshelves with books ringing the entire thing. And then it's got a hollow center that goes up and down, almost like farther than you can see. And you can see moving about on all of these sort of different ledges and levels of the library. You see all of these scriveners with the same sort of look to them. Some of them have female-looking bodies, some of them have male-looking bodies. Some of them are carrying lanterns with them that appear to glow with like a warm yellow light that's very steady. It doesn't look like flame. And you see one or two humans sort of wandering this place. And that's probably what we should break on, just like seeing that image of this the tower sort of working as creatures and people move about the inside of it, sort of pulling books off shelves and leafing through them.
Great. All right, well, let's take our second break. Still 2 hours left to go here on the West Marches, so don't go anywhere. More roleplay coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.